Hello everyone and welcome back to our blind let's play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your service gaming channel, and today we're going to try to get behind the bottom of this 5-year-old case to see what happened on that night. And I just want to say that, yes, I'm dealing with the throat infection. It's very, very bothersome. I do have a really dear friend coming over to take a look at me later today. And I just hope I can do this recording. Right now I'm under a lot of medication that's trying to kill my pain, so hopefully we can have some fun with this and just you know, put our worries to the side for just a bit as we have fun, you know, doing what we love to do, right? So, last time I kind of was stuck here, and I think when I have a situation like this, I gotta go back to what I said we need to do before, which is just go back through this and, you know, see if we missed anything. So, the truth is, I went because he called me. Have we ever met him? We never met him. We had the dolly, and that's his sweetheart, and then we slap him for some reason. Let's see. Nothing new there. Pharmacology department. We indicated at 45 after. We made the swirl, swirl, swirl comments. Oh! Wasn't I trying to get this? Was I trying to go back to this last time, but I couldn't? Was I clicking on the wrong one? Now I don't remember which one we did. We probably did about the time in the meeting, but I don't remember. So let me do this one again, and then we'll do the second one. So you were absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? I think I remember this. Yeah, they're always whipping up something. Okay, we did do that. So it was this one. Why couldn't I get this last time? Could have swore I tried. I've been, like I said, I've been feeling ill the past couple days, so maybe I just couldn't remember about the pharmacology department, because that's the one we haven't asked about. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh, that's right. And they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Well, yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, so that was something new. Excellent. Finally! Alright, cool. So I just had to click on that second thing, which is what I was trying to do, but I couldn't do for some reason. But hey, we're through now, so it doesn't matter.
Well, man, doing this voice kinda hurts my voice, but I'm gonna just get it out. Yeah.
Wow. Man. Didn't realize going that deep with this guy.
Well, I think that's enough for now. So, the defendant and the victim met approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced about his explanation about the medicine model either.
Well, let us be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean?
I know, it was too much work for a little girl.
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor.
Oh yeah, how the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor.
So, how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how that was done, maybe I could still come out of the mess smelling like a rose.
I think we have a theory that is pretty sound, right? And the theory that's pretty sound is this right here. I mean, it looks to me that he was electrocuted. And it looks like the power cable, it almost looks like it was cut though. But he had an umbrella. So could lightning have struck the power cord and it fell down on top of him? I mean, there has to be something about the umbrella, right? Or maybe he raised the umbrella too high and it got tangled in the power cables? I say we do it. We go for it. Slam that desk.
Your Honor,
Yes, Miss Fee.
I believe that if we were to piece everything together we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the boss statement coming from a Vicky. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate the arguments of evidence.
Of course I know that. Actually, I had totally forgotten about that.
Well, now then, Mrs. Fee, let me see what you got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
Well, it's gotta be the picture, right? As for the cause of the death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
What? But there was nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this a little bit more detail. Miss Faye, where exactly in this photo is a murder weapon?
Well, that went by really fast. It's this power thingamajig, right? Well, naturally, it's right here.
Well, that's what is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. So now they had us click on the picture. I love how this tutorial sequence is working because they're introducing things, you know, evidence and then profiles, then hold it, some multiple questions, to now, you know, clicking on the pictures. It all is really well done. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines that pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. I wonder if we're gonna get a psych lock here as well, to reintroduce that, because she is wearing the Magatama after all, isn't she? And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high voltage cable.
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
Well, that certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man.
No. The victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was the defendant.
I'm sorry, I can't sneeze with you today. Not with my throat.
That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
Oh, you do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
His fingerprints, you say? You mean the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle?
Now, let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
Ah, you mean had no idea about that.
Yes, it was quite clearly printed on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
So, how does that say he killed him?
What?
I can only think of one way that Mr. Wright could have let a print like that. In daytime murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable.
I mean, maybe? I mean, I mean, I don't know if the picture matches. I mean, wouldn't it be facing the other direction, or, I mean, I guess it could have fell face down, but,
Order, I say. Well, that's enough. I think we can conclude that there's no reason to continue with this cross-examination.
Oh, we're sick of fucking us. We're done.
but Mr. Grossberg,
My hemorrhoids have arrived. The show is over, may I know that the boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
no, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor.
Well, this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case.
You go get him, Mia. That's right.
Do you have something further to add, Mrs. Fay?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? Oh, the exclamated dots. You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Fay, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. Oh, the exclamated dots.
And we've already established the defendant's guilt. I mean, there's no further need for him to say anything.
Except cough. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright. I'll tell you what really happened.
But I already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need to go further.
I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Dick Swallow is dead. You really did it? That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you, for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Well, I don't know. This doesn't look good.
Yeah, surprise deaths. What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was a murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're absolutely convinced that you were.
Please, give me one more chance to explain. This time, I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Fay? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
Oh, it's just my hemorrhoids are doing the whole shirt.
Oh, dear Lord. When I pushed the victim. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper, and I gave him a shove. And at that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow fell back and toward the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as I say, is that.
Simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. Well, that's true. Even a doofus. Oh. She's calling her future protege a doofus. You gotta love that. Even a doofus like him couldn't even miss that.
Well, Mrs. Fay. Well, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. You know what's funny is I always say that I like it when the protagonists are on the same page. I know, technically speaking, Phoenix isn't the protagonist right now, but still, the fact that Phoenix is feeling sick and I'm feeling sick at the same time, I think is it's pretty hilarious to me. I'm that connected to these games that I feel him on a physical well-being level. Alright, cross-examination. When I push the victim. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. So what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl.
Oh, the dots.
All the dots?
Oh, what's wrong with bad girl dots? You know, I'm back in my, is it all?
Yep.
Well, Miss Fay, you heard him yourself.
Oh boy. You're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. I love how the music stopped and then it came back on. Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and gave him a shove. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? Well, that guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen? Right, there was nothing like that at all.
But is it possible that you nearly overlooked it?
All the dots. Well, I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let the guy steamroll over you like a cheap asphalt.
Well, I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Well, let's continue on with the testimony witness.
By the way, I don't know if anyone noticed, but the color that I used for the thumbnail, Trial and Tribulation, I decided to use red and pink to reflect his color outfit here. So if you're wondering, hey, FlightlessBird, why'd you use these two colors? That's why. I mean, normally I just try to pick a color that I think suits the game. And this game, probably yellow would have been best because Trials and Tribulations is in yellow in the box art. But I used yellow in the last game, so I needed something new for this game. Originally I was gonna make it purple for Maya, but when I saw his outfit, I was like, I gotta go pink and red. I mean, come on, look at this outfit, it's so good. Well, and at that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? Well, I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap! All the dots. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. Ask for more details. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Aha. Could it have been? Yes, could have been. Hurry up and tell us. When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
An umbrella, huh? Well, did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Well, yeah, it was plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail, kind of like the owner. Oh, then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally stuck to the bone.
Mrs. Fay. What do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well... maybe there is. But I want to finish going through the pressing. Of course it's not important.
Well, Mrs. Fay, how can you say that so proudly?
Well, it just isn't. It's not important one bit, not even one iota, okay? Maria, well, that's enough. You're making a fool of yourself. Is it okay if I go on? A little while after I left, I started to get worried. After you showed the victim, did you leave the scene right away? Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious.
You left without even checking Mrs. Wall's condition?
Well, yeah, but like I said, I got worried about him later. So I went back, but he was just lying there, dead. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime? A lot of coughs. All the coughing dots. Nope, nobody. Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier?
Well, in that case, it's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer.
Oh, nice. The defense of that choice was innocent. Have a special morning, my dear. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now, I need more info. Info that'll help me turn in some contradictions. Alright, so there's two here that we could talk about. The loud noise. And what could the loud noise be? I think he was meeting him at 2:45. And he died at 3. So the loud noise couldn't have been him getting electrocuted. I don't... let's go ahead and try this one. Go ahead and save here. There's no reason not to save over this one. Oops. I went a little too far. This one, right? And here's the snap. Ask for my details. He dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell on top of it and it broke. Oh, right there. He fell on top of it. Ah! I got it. I understand. Yes, it's important. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, the cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
Yeah, perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
Well, the court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
He fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. Right here. Because, if we look at the picture, look where his umbrella is. If you fell on top of it, why is the umbrella way over there?
Objection!
Why did you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on. If I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No.
Order, I say there will be an order. For the victim, he moved. Mr. Payne, the umbrella is in this photo. Where's it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want to present his evidence immediately.
Umbrella added to the court record. Owned by the victim, found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene.
What about the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind?
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
But
I know this is a matter. The umbrella seems relatively trivial. But, as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment. Well, I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony.
Pierce's testimony added to court record. The victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud sound when this happened.
Well done, Mayor. Oh, the
Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about over there?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. I was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying.
Oh, the dots. Let me guess. You have another witness.
Exactly. And this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Miss Delia Hawthorne.
Delia Hawthorne. You don't mean that beautiful girl, Dolly? Oh, yeah.
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. Well, that's right. She was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
Well, that's interesting. That makes the suspect number one, doesn't it?
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Oh, the dots. Oh, look at that flicker. Oh, bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
What do you mean by that?
I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we'll listen to the testimony of Miss Delia Hawthorne.
April 11th, 11:52 a.m. District Court Defendant number 3. By the way, a bunch of really awesome people posted in our first video about the time of these cases, about the location. So if you want to know more, go check out their posts because we have an excellent community of experts. See, I told you I can't talk today. In our comment section. So, like I said, go check out their post. Give them likes for, them being awesome. And, enjoy the conversation with us. It's always good to hear your thoughts. Defendant lobby number 3. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Well, yeah. So I guess I could start to relax then, huh?
But relax, my boy. You can't be serious about heading south to Wharton Falls.
Well, but the next witness is my dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will.
About that.
Why do you think that? Well, huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life. Well, that's why. The love of your life? Huh. Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Well, sure, no problem.
Dahlia and I, well, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse.
Why were you meeting in a courthouse?
Aw, what a beautiful picture. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway. And one day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me.
Does anyone know what necklace that is that he was wearing?
It looks very familiar. It almost looks like a keyblade from Kingdom Hearts, except without the blade. You know, like the hilt of the keyblade? Or maybe that's just a really weird comparison.
I don't know. If you know what that is, let me know.
Well, unless it's a spoiler, and then don't let me know. Oh, here, take a look at this. Oh! Speaking of the necklace, all I had to do was just advance one dialogue. Okay, so it's a heart with a, what was that, a turquoise? I want to say a turquoise. I'm not an expert on gems. Oh, the exclamative dots. Well, she gave this to me today as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off. But before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
So, security was a present, I say?
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. It certainly is a little bottle, all right. It makes me so happy. Show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dahlia's present borrowed from Phoenix Wright. Small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. So is that a bottle? A turquoise bottle? Like you can remove the bottle and put something inside it? Because if so, that is really, really neat. Makes me want to have a Dahlia necklace as like a keepsake now. I actually own... I remember buying the Lunar Silver Story collection a long time ago. I don't remember anything about the game except the music, and that's partly why I bought the collection, is because it came with the soundtrack, and I was in love with the soundtrack the second I heard it, because it is absolutely incredible. But part of the collection was a necklace, and I believe I still have that necklace from the collection somewhere in my room. It's not more than anything, of course, but I like it, and I like to keep it because it reminds me of, that game, even though the only thing I remember about the game is the music. One of these days, if those games ever come out on a playable way, because right now they're like ridiculously expensive and I don't have my copies anymore, unfortunately. If those games ever come out in a playable way, I need to play those on my RPG time slot, because I remember they were really good. And I also had a crush on the girl because she was so beautiful and her voice is so pretty, and maybe I had the crush on the singer instead. But anyway, that was, yeah, you know. Exactly. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. By the way, that was Lunar, not Lufia. If I confused the two, sorry. Please give it back now.
Well, where'd this range go? Ask her for a present like that back.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it?
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was, but how did you... This happened on August 27th? Right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? Murder? Oh, what are you reading now? Oh, let me see that. Oh, that's a bit of that. So, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why somebody took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these two cases, am I correct? Newspaper clipping added to court record. An article from 828, almost 8 months ago. I can't read these yet, can I? Some of them you can. Yes, I can read this. And I can look at this. Okay, let me read it. Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in the district courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. Oh, I'm sorry. Hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Oh yes, but I'm afraid that I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the desert ready room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do what if I could do to help with you, Mia? Well, looks like recess is about over. We better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. Really? Definitely didn't seem longer than 20 minutes to me. It seemed way too little time. To be continued. Alright. This would be a good place to stop. Oh, we got cool new music there. Oh, that was a cool jingle. This would be a good place to stop, but I'm gonna go on just a little bit longer. I'd like to go to 45 at least. April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
Oh, the sex person is someone who witnessed a crime hasn't happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
She is really pretty. Aww. God. That is all the dots. Yes. That is all the dots. She is mesmerizing everyone in the courtroom. Except me, of course. Well, what's with this stiff silence?
In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It is my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity.
I can't believe you actually said that.
Now, that witness, could you please state your full name?
All the dots.
Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut down my dentist size.
And I'll burst him with my gavel.
I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Well, thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Oh, not at all.
Well, it was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
Oh, the honor is all mine.
No, the honor is mine.
Talk about a femme fatale. Well, we know where whose milkshake but brings all the boys to the yard. Oh wow, Mia. Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
Well, you just go in and see whatever's on your mind.
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Beanie wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Beanie. Oh, yes, I can see why you'd say that.
She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger.
Well, now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you would, please.
I love the butterflies. Reminds me a lot of the, was it the birds from the third case in the last one? And how I kept getting woodpecked in the face. Oh, it's so good. I had planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then, suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Interesting.
Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth.
But I would never. There's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue.
What do you mean by that?
Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mrs. Faye. All the dots.
What's this? So, you two are acquainted?
Yes, we met before, once. All the dots.
In any case, Mrs. Faye, the floor is still yours.
It's good to see you again, Madame Faye. Madam, I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Oh, this is exactly what I needed. Sometimes laughter is the best medicine. What I witnessed. I had been planning to go back to Feeney's place after class was over. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeney, I mean Mr. Wright, is in the art department. If that's the case, then what are we doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry.
Oh, how wonderful. Well, it's a humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
With nothing left to do. When a man reaches his age, sleep is his best friend. That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. Oh, for me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Well, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation? Feeny and Dougie. They were talking behind the building. So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry. Dick Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So, what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? Well, the dots. How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
Well, that's right, Mrs. Faye.
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here?
Please go on. What did you see next?
Well, then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Well, yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? Well, I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. I pressed her for no good reason. I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about testimony just now?
Who cares? Oh wait, no. Oh, let's do the rest first.
I suppose the statement works in her favor for now. I'll hold off on looking into it until necessary.
Very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony. So what statement was that? Suddenly collapsed.
Well, that's when Feeny noticed that I was there. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? Well, I'm sorry. I was just so flustered that I really don't remember. But please forgive me. You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Well, yes. They're all very fond of the drugs. Please try to stay on topic. So to find pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? Well, that's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on. The students knew what was going on?
Press for more details.
But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just, they all seemed kind of excited about something. Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So, did the students call the police?
Yes, I was just so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's got to be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deeper to find the contradiction on this one.
Alright, so we are back to the top. Time to stop. I'm gonna go drink some water and hopefully do one more episode, probably Eternal Darkness, because I still need to do some things with Shadow Hearts till I can continue playing. Thank you so much, my friends. You really make me feel better. Really, really do. And I love you all so very much. Thank you for everything. You all are the best community, the #1 YouTube community in all of YouTube, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Until next time, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter. You are brilliant and you are loved. And you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.